The sound of gratitude. Spain's emergency service workers showed their support for the medical staff working around the clock to care for the nation's soaring number of coronavirus patients. Health workers have been struggling with the huge stretch on resources. There are no waterproof gowns. The colleagues protect themselves with garbage bags and trying to get the protection that the hospital does not give them. Waiting rooms have been set up to treat patients without oxygen, neither respirators, and the situation is in chaos. Spain's Prime Minister urged the nation to prepare itself emotionally and psychologically for the coming challenges.
Unfortunately, the worst is yet to come. Tough days lie ahead. We will see the impact of the hardest, most damaging hour that will push to its limits our material and moral capacities, as well as our tenacity as a society.
Spain is racing to finish construction of temporary hospitals, including transforming Madrid's largest exhibition centre to provide over 5,000 additional beds. The country's lockdown is having some unintended repercussions. Hospitalised coronavirus patients have been forced to leave their pets at home, and the restrictions on movement means friends and relatives have been unable to retrieve the abandoned pets. So these volunteers in Madrid have been rescuing the animals, looking after them until they can eventually be reunited, hopefully, with their recovered owners.
Correspondent Jaime Velázquez is in Madrid. Jaime, Spain has been in lockdown for a week. Still, the numbers keep rising. Is there room for authorities to step up measures?
Well, the government has said that the measures that they have put in place are actually one of the most restrictive measures in Europe, and they have ruled out any further measures. But an increasing number of voices are demanding a total lockdown like Italy has just adopted, where only basic services will be running. Some experts say that the system may collapse in almost in less than 4 days if no measures are put in place. I guess that you are listening and hearing my son.
Yeah, everyone working from home, I think you're not going to be the only one with the screaming kids.
The confinement problems. That is what Spaniards are going through.
Well, just on that, I wanted to ask you, how are people in Madrid and Spain dealing with the situation of not being able to leave their homes?
Yeah, well, as you can see, people are trying to work remotely with their kids at home. They are increasingly anxious because they don't know for how long this situation will continue, and also what is going to be left after everything ends in this crisis. Ends 50% of the workers and the Spaniards are afraid or fear they might lose their jobs in the coming months if things are not changing anytime soon.
Yeah, well, as we just heard in the report, Spain is racing to finish construction of the field hospital in the Expo Centre. How prepared is the Spanish health system? You mentioned 4 days until collapse. Can they cope?
Yeah, well, the government has just announced that they have bought 700 extra respirators and 240,000 rapid coronavirus tests. They want to increase that number of tests up to 6 million in the coming days and weeks. And also, as you said, in the exhibition center in Madrid, 5,000 beds hospital has been put in place. Also, hotels are turned into hospitals where to host some of the patients and also health workers that are coming from other parts of Spain. But, well, we will still need to see exactly, probably in these coming days, how these new infections are, building, how the things are building up. Probably the government, if things are not going well, will adopt further measures. Pedro Sanchez said, yeah, if things are not working, if the measures are not working, we just need to go for the new ones. We don't need to be afraid to change rapidly as the crisis is also developing every day and every time.
Jaime Velasquez in Madrid, thanks very much for the update.